Hello, everyone, and welcome to Counselor Feature Friday. I'm your host, Brian Urban. In these features, we hope to give you some simple tips, tidbits, and tricks to make your days easier and your patients happier. In this feature, we're going to talk about managing the demographic information for sex and gender within the counselor patient profile. So begin here within a patient profile and scroll down to the sex and gender fields. Now, by default, when you first create a patient, these will both be set to not specified. And you can certainly leave them that way. There's no requirement to change these fields. However, if you wish to, for sex, you of course can change this to male and female. For gender, you can change this to man, woman, non-binary, other, or of course leave as not specified. Okay. Now, with these selections, anytime you make a change, it is important that you click Save. So if you updated information, go ahead and click Save to lock that in. Then behind the scenes, Counselor then will use this information to select the appropriate pronouns if you are in fact using those placeholders. So very common utilization of the placeholders would be in your report writing. So like your professional report writing, for example, you may have the pronouns auto formatting, or perhaps in a marketing letter or something like that. So once you have these selections, you don't have to do anything from there. Counselor takes this information. Let me show you the general breakdown. There are actually 5 placeholders related to pronouns. And then if sex is selected, then it will choose the appropriate pronoun, right? If it's not specified, it'll leave it in this more general where, like say, for example, in the report writing process, you could manually make this change. Remove one of these, right? Or leave it to both, right? It's up to you. This is consistent with Counselor has always handled this placeholder, right? So no change there at all. If you have gender selected, it then will override that and will say, okay, let's look at the gender, man, woman, non-binary, other, or not specified, and then apply the related pronouns. Okay, so this process is all built in behind the scenes. There's absolutely nothing for you to do except for, of course, select this information and then, of course, click Save. Now, this information can also be collected through the questionnaire process. If you wish to have any updates to your current questionnaires, if you notice that it's not asking for gender, for example, please reach out to the counselor support team and we can reconfigure questionnaires to support that additional question. So you may want to take a look at your questionnaires, see how they're built, maybe send one to yourself, look at it, and then follow up with us with any questions. Now, it's also important to note that this will have no effect on the claims process. Counselor looks specifically at the sex field when completing the claim. So there's you don't really have to, have any concerns about what selections you're making there, here, and how it affects your claims. That process looks directly at this information, so nothing for you to have to do. Okay, of course, with all this type of stuff, if you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call, email us, live chat us. We are always happy to help. Thank you very much for joining us for today's Counselor Feature Friday. And as always, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.